Hi guys, I'm Helga from Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking, and it's August and we be jamming. I'm part of the August Jamboree with a bunch of other great folks, and I'm doing an apple jelly today. It's one of my favorites, and I'm doing it from scratch. That's right, from the apples, peeling them, coring them, cooking them, the whole schloop. So you're going to get to see apple jelly straight from start to finish, without cheating and using store-bought apple juice. The other folks that are in this collaboration and will be on my playlist, I urge you to go check them out because there's absolutely some fabulous jellies and jams going on. Tulilu Creates, Deep South Homestead, Diane the Canning Nana, Gemini Homestead, Homestead Dad, Jenny Go, Prepper Potpourri, Sutton's Days, and Vicky's Country Home. And you know, so it's quite a lineup. I think most of you are familiar with most of those other channels. I've been watching them for a long time. So, and there's a big variety that all of us have been making. So, like I said, mine's basic, but it's an oldie but a goodie. So come along while I make apple jelly. So the ingredients for my apple jelly, pretty simple. 3.5 pounds of peeled cored apples, which I actually use a scale here, and my Pampered Chef corer and slicer, which is really nice, and peeler. 3.5 cups of water, 7.5 cups of sugar, and 1 pack of the pectin. And if you use apple juice, it's even higher in sugar because that has added sugar besides this sugar. So this is the old-fashioned way. If you have a Vittorio food strainer, you can use that. I'm not sure where mine is at the moment. But anyhow, this is the old-fashioned way, and we're going to do her straight from scratch. I'm going to add my water and our apples. And I'm going to bring that up to a boil and then reduce it to a simmer until they get soft. And then I'm going to mush them, and we're going to put them through a sieve and get the juice out. So my apples are done and pretty well mushed, and I'm going to put them through a sieve to get my juice. And I'm going to let this drain, and then I have a finer sieve for when this is done. If you have cheesecloth, that works great too. You can hang the bag. I'm currently out. And they didn't have any when I went to the Amish store, like they usually do. A lot of canning supplies have been hard to get this year. So this is the other old-fashioned way. So we'll do it this way and get our juice. So we'll let this drain. We have our juice, and I'm going to double sieve that. But we're left with what? Beautiful applesauce. So I'm going to be adding cinnamon to this and putting this in another jar for me, because I eat applesauce with almost everything. And we'll just let this drain down. So my apple juice is all strained, nice and clear. And now we're going to get ready to actually make up our jelly mix with the sugar and pectin and get this going on the stove. And I need 5 cups of this. If I don't have 5 cups, when I measure it out, I have to make up the rest with water. Then my sugar. So I've combined my apple juice, my sugar, and now I'm just waiting for it to come up to a boil to add the pectin. I'm also adding a pat of butter in there to reduce foaming. I probably should have thought to do that in my blueberry jam vid, but honestly I forgot. So, but one of my subscribers and folks that watched reminded me about the butter deal. And so we're doing that at this stage, and that should help reduce the foaming later. Up to a boil on my juice and my sugar, so we're going to add my pectin, and we're going to have it a boil for 1 minute to activate the pectin, and then it'll be time to remove from the heat and fill jars. So I've taken my beautiful jelly off the stove, and we're going to start filling our jars. Remember to have the tops. I always go around. These have been sterilized. I always go around with the cloth, damp cloth, to make sure that the rims are clean. Do not touch them because you don't want to introduce any bacteria. And then when you fill the jars, you want to leave only fill to the neck, so that you're leaving headspace. You want to leave that headspace open. And I've got different sizes here because I'm running low on jelly jars, and they've been really difficult to come by this year. So actually canning supplies overall have been, and I've already been canning, so I've already used a bunch up. And when you're done, go over the seals, the rims again, to make sure that you're going to have it clean for the seals. My seals are in a pan of boiling water at the moment, so that they'll be ready to go and put on. Oh my God, you ought to smell this. It smells so good. I'm actually getting more out of this than I thought I would, to be honest. And like I said, I'm just going around the tops one more time, make sure they're nice and clean. Make sure you get a good seal. I don't know if I said it earlier. If I didn't, when you're doing jellies and jams and stuff, you want a good baking apple. I think I did talk about this. Apple varieties matter, and certain ones are better for baking and cooking, and others for eating. Like for eating, Red Delicious, Honey Crisp, those are good eating apples. Macintosh, Wine Sap, the Ginger Golds, they're good for doing this stuff. So varieties matter. There's a whole science to apples. It's fascinating. I really suggest you read up about it, just like potatoes. Different potatoes for different purposes. And my tops are ready. So we're just going to start getting these sealed. And when these go in the canner, you're going to bring it up to a boil. These only need to process 5 minutes at a boil, and then I'll take them out and cool, and they should set over the next 24 hours. And get our rings on, and I just give a good turn down. And the jars will be hot. And I'm going to put my jars in my basket. It's going to have to go there. Try and have it evenly weighted as possible, since I got oddball sizes. And then we're going to put that in our canner. And in they go to process. Make sure you have a good inch above the lids when you do this, so you get the water bath. Bring it up to a boil, 5 minutes. And here it is in all its glory, and the lids are pinging, and you know what comes next, the taste test. And just look at the beautiful cinnamon applesauce it made as well. That might last me a week maybe. Well, it's a moment of truth. Let's see if we set up. So here's a jar with good headspace that we can see if it's set up. Oh, I think I did a good job. It's set. So now comes the good part. Break the seal. And look at that beautiful golden goodness. Oh yeah. And cut my toast here. And we're gonna try this. Oh, look at that. And nice and gold, and you can see that that's set beautiful. Now the taste test. So there's my beautiful golden apple jelly. You can see it on the bread. And now for the taste test. Oh man. This is why I try and do it in little jars, because otherwise it'd be bad. That's so beautiful. This is a perfect thing on those nice cold frosty mornings. So besides the beautiful jam, the byproduct with this, it's a win-win, is some cinnamon applesauce. And I eat tons of this stuff, and this is no sugar added. So for me it's a huge win, because this won't last long. So that is my apple jelly. I told you a little bit about apples. In the beginning of this video I included a picture of the canning starter kit. That's the giveaway here at the end of the month, and all you have to do is go through and watch people's videos that are a part of this JAMboree and comment, because a random comment will be pulled and entered, and all the comments will be entered, and a random comment will be pulled to be the winner of that nice little canning starter kit. And the other channels, I'm going to include their links down below as well. Prepper Potpourri, she organized this, so thank you very much. Sutton's Days, Jenny Go, Deep South Homestead, The Canning Nana, Tuli Lulu Creates, Vicky's Country Home, Homestead Dad, and Gemini Homestead. So check out those other channels. They shouldn't be new to you. Most of them have been around for quite a while. And try the different recipes. As soon as I get caught up here, there's a couple that I'm dying to try myself. So that's my apple jelly. And like I said, pay attention to the kind of apples you use. It makes a difference. These ginger golds are really nice. So that's the August JAMboree and my apple jelly. Give it a shot. Thank you.